Hello, welcome to Effortless Being, where it takes no effort just to be. Good to have you again. How you been?
Hi, I'm good, and you?
Good. I know we were just chatting and talking, and I figured, okay, we can start the call now. I totally forgot to start. I like just chatting with you, about things. So, what's alive for you? Anything in particular you want to talk about?
Um, yeah, in one of our conversations, there was a comment
Hmm?
about why wouldn't I say to people that are in war zones to accept the war as it is?
Hmm.
And I feel it could be a good topic to
Sure.
talk about. So, I haven't been in a war zone. I have no idea what it is to live in one, but I know people that have been in war and have spoken from a true spiritual point of view, you know. And I want to mention two of them. One is Eddie Egger and Viktor Frank,
Mm.
because they are Holocaust survivors and they went through one of the most horrific things that have ever happened in this world until now. And one of the things that Viktor Frank says, first off, he invented logotherapy, and he says in his book, Man's Search of Meaning, that everything can be taken away from you except the attitude you have towards a circumstance, that you are free within to choose your thoughts, to choose how you feel about something. And if someone that went through that speaks about it, and in his book, he talks about how he would do the work that the Nazis told him to do, but in his mind, he was somewhere else, and that's true freedom. He felt free within and he chose what attitude to have. And for me, that's wow.
Mhm.
And Ellie Tegger speaks about things like that in her book, the Ballerina of Auschwitz. And she says that she was, um, I don't remember if it was the day she arrived or the second day or something like that, that Dr. Mengele told her to dance, and she danced. In her mind, she was dancing somewhere else,
Mm.
although physically she was dancing at the concentration camp. So those people that went through that horror and can speak about forgiveness, like true forgiveness, and how they healed and their journey, what have they learned about it. I think those people are people to look for, to look after, because there's a key about being at peace, accepting what happened, about Eddie Edgar talks about not being a victim, even though she can have every and all arguments to win about what's a victim,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
But then to bring it back more home and in here, um, it's funny how we engage to the suggestions of the mind of, oh, let's criticize the war. Let's say it's bad. Let's say it's horrible. Let's argue and let's fight about the war, you know? But is that contributing to peace?
Hmm.
Like, look within. Does my complaining about something contribute to peace? Does my complaining and arguing and wanting to control something really contribute to peace within and without? And when I fight in my mind with someone else, like you make bigger something, m- the situation within your awareness, but within, you are the only one fighting there. You are making two voices, yourself and whoever you're fighting with. You are being the two identities at once, and if you look, I invite you to look within
Hmm.
and try to point out where's the other one? Like,
Hmm.
can you really find someone there? Someone in here that wants to be fighting, that wants to be angry and wants to be prideful because I have to be right and you are wrong, or whatever you're fighting about. And what's in here that's wanting to control, you know? Or is it just you because there's your presence only? There's just I in here. And this I uses its its own activity, attention, to go on and place it on whatever it thinks it's valuable for something. But is it really serving me? Is it serves the world? Putting this one's attention into fighting resolves anything? Brings me the solution? Or do I just want to keep fighting? You know? So, let
Ooh,
me
your
get
picture went
more.
dark. Oh, there you go.
Sorry.
I like the Harry Potter shirt. I was the one where the lights went out. Did somebody hit it? The lights went out. That's like consciousness, and the lights go out. No, but I love what you're saying about because really there's just this formless consciousness is just this one consciousness that's here. So what is it that's really here fighting with something other? There's no other here. Everything is the one consciousness that's here. So, and it's this here is empty. So what is it that's like if people just look, like you said, if they just look in their direct experience for themselves, if they just take the time out and just, just do that, just go ahead and look and see if there's anyone here that wants to do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, and all you find will be yourself.
Yeah.
But before you find yourself, you may think like, oh, it's because that person said whatever they say, because it doesn't matter really what they said or what they did, or, it doesn't really matter. It's about how you engage with it, how
Mm,
you have um, programmed yourself, how you have been conditioned, and then because like the mind is really intelligent and it's kind of like a box, and the mind can only know the information that you have said it's true.
yeah, so you think it's a lot
Yeah,
of it has to do with the conditioning then, that how we've been conditioned and programmed.
yeah, but then you are stuck with whatever you think the person meant, and then it goes wild because you start like, yeah, but maybe this, maybe that, and
Mm.
but where did you go? Like, truly, you start putting your attention in that pattern, and then what happens? You feel worse, like you stop, quote unquote, living in the present, and kind of like your endless supply of love and peace seems to be uh, cut, because now your attention is in fighting, in trying to, in wanting to know maybe what to do,
Right.
how to solve it, and then like you get lost in that, you know. But the thing is that no one and nothing can make you feel anything. No one and nothing can tell you who you are, because what you are is just beyond any word,
Yes.
and not even the word love, not even the word love or peace touches you. Like really, you can be most of the time at peace and happy, not because you have something, because you get something, but because of who you are. And that does take practice at first, to go within, to have this little exercise of, okay, who's here? Whose presence is here? You know, and reclaim yourself as your home. Because it doesn't matter if you're home right now and then you go to another country, another city, you are still there, and it's still there, and you're only with yourself. There's no other thing going in here.
Yeah, I like what you said about language. Like if we were just to take away language right now, what are you? Right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's beyond words. It's the silence. It's the spaciousness. It's this.
the stillness. Yes,
Yes. That speaks louder than any words.
yeah. And in the in a non-conceptual way, it's like you notice the stillness. Once you notice that it's spacious and that quietness that comes with calm, with tranquility, with the mind stopping, because when you look at yourself, boom, the mind stops.
Yes.
Like it's really automatic, you know, uh, because the mind has nothing to say about it. It cannot say something, you know, and with what you are, you look at your mind with that energy of love and compassion and understanding, and the body, they follow you and they will follow you. Their kind or what happened in here was like, yeah, I saw myself, but then the mind and body, you know, throughout the day, the mind and body, but then, and it's kind of um, you holding and embracing the body mind, the you know, in here, I embrace Monse and her thoughts, her feelings, all that identity, and letting it go and loving the body as it is, loving the mind, and allowing it to be whatever it is being at that moment in time, you know? Like there's an okay, let's see feel the anxiety and let's see what kind of thoughts it brings. Let's see what kind of things happening here. But all that comes because I said, like, if it were a computer, if it were a phone, you know, you go on to settings and then you put on like, yeah, auto brightness on, you know, and this setting and that, this on, this off, this, and that's all the mind is doing. That's the feelings and that's uh, the programming, you know, if you
Yeah.
conceptualize it, that's what's happening. That's that's it. There's nothing, you know. It's like the mind will do whatever it does because it's a mind,
Yes.
and the body will do whatever it does because it's a body.
Yeah.
But it's exactly the same as the wind blowing, you know.
Yes.
There is literally, there's no one there making the wind blow.
No, there's no doer here.
The wind is the wind, and it does what the wind does.
Just does what it does. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
and it's
how kind you are to the character, how kind you are with the body mind. It's like, oh, it's adorable. Like, oh, look at Rob, the character. Oh, he fell down and skinned his knee. How adorable. How how cute. Like you're loving to it, you know, showing
Yeah,
kindness and love and lightness and and it's all allowed, let it do its little thing. The character will do whatever it's programmed to do, just like a giraffe acts like a giraffe, a bear acts like a bear, Rob acts like
yeah,
Rob, the character, how he's programmed.
yeah. But you see, when you love it, whatever negativity you have contributed to, it starts to dissolve because now you can step up and hear and feel your intuition, you
Yes.
know, and go with this experience because now you understand you don't need to know what's going to happen, how you think you have to act, what you think you have to do. It's like if intuition is telling you, step first, stand up. So you stand up. The second step will come only after you did, kind of, quote unquote, the first step. Like consciousness won't overwhelm you with everything you have to do.
Yes.
And sometimes it's just like, allow your surprise. What if you go to that coffee? Maybe you'll meet a new friend.
Right.
Maybe you'll have fun. Maybe you'll taste a really good pastry and then
Well,
it becomes your favorite place,
yeah.
you know?
Life knows best. Intuition, being in touch with your intuition, you don't have to worry about decisions. I always say like if your intuition, if you feel open, expansive, that's from your intuition. If you're feeling contracted or limited, then it's time to wait a second. Is that coming from your true nature? And it's all just happening through you, and your intuition's been beautifully guiding everyone and every moment this whole time, no matter what the mind says, been going on. Your intuition's been doing it all.
Yeah, yes. And it's possible. It's achievable, if I may say so. Um, Everyone, anyone can do it.
Yes.
It's kind of setting straight your priorities. What do you want? You know, you want to be right or you want a peace and love? You know, what do you want? To have control or to be happy?
Mm.
What do you want to change things and micro organize and everything has to be perfect and this way and that way because blah, 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 blah. Or do you want to be flowing and at ease and being effortless? It's your choice and you're free to do it now. You're free to let go of whatever feels uncertain in the body. You're always free to choose, you know. And like Viktor Frank said, to choose your own attitude towards something, towards someone, you know, because even in the darkest minutes of human history, people did that. Like if you truly go and watch interview of Holocaust survivors, they'll talk how they had this attitude of I'm going to leave and I'm going to share this story and no matter what,
Mhm.
I'll be okay. And oh my God, brave, so brave and beautiful souls. They stole bread. They did like rebellions inside the camps.
Wow.
And, you know, when you can love inside that darkest moment in history and see how people used to hold each other, you know, when someone was feeling down, like their friends were like, no, we're pushing you up and giving of themselves and even sharing the food that was scarce
Mhm.
and stealing books is darkest time people could show up still being loving, being compassionate towards other people. And I think that's something to learn to, you know, to
Mhm.
choose a loving attitude towards the world, towards others. Um, to know that you have the power to establish yourself, your consciousness into a state of being, because you are the nothing that has everything within,
Mhm.
and that everything can be a state, just a state of love, a state of giving, a state of creating and contributing to positivity, like true positivity, not toxic positivity. Yeah, yeah, you know,
Yeah,
what will happen if you choose love? What will
beautiful,
happen if you choose to be loving right now?
beautiful.
Just this moment. Don't think about the next. Just now, in here.
Feels good to love.
Yeah, because it's you. It's authentic. It's true.
Yeah, it's your true nature. I think that's a good spot to end. Love. Beautiful. Encourage everyone to love because that love is in alignment with your true nature.
Because when you're loving, the solution comes and it presents in the perfect way for you and for everyone and anyone that is involved in that situation. And it comes fast. Just live yourself in love by seeing that you are that love, that you are the happiness, you are the peace, and you can remain centered, unmoved
Mhm.
imperturbable,
Yes.
no matter what happens.
Yeah. Don't matter what's happening in the manifestation. It doesn't affect consciousness because consciousness is the formless space of beingness where everything is allowed and it's loving in that everything's allowed to be here and it could just show love to everything within the space, within whatever the human experience is, and it's not touched or harmed by what the mind likes to label that's happening here.
Yeah,
You can remain in your beingness no matter what's happening in the world or whatever the mind saying is happening. You can just fall into your heart and feel that beingness, that love, that beingness, that aliveness that's in you. It's full, it's whole, it's complete,
it's perfect.
needs nothing, has everything, complete, full.
Yeah, just gain mastery over the body. Be the master.
Yeah.
You are the master. There's no one else in here. So you are the master of your body. You are the master of your mind. Own it.
Yeah. It's just you. So everything is you. So own it.
Yeah.
All right. We'll end there. Thank you so much for coming on again. That was beautiful.
And thank you.